Hello, dear. So welcome to one more class. Today is Monday, July 4th, the United States Independence Day. So welcome to our class on Independence Day. This is Wide Angle 3, and we're doing Unit 6, okay? So I hope we all have a great week. Just reminding you that we have a break now in July. Our break starts on the 13th. So actually we have class until the 13th of July. So we have class today, on Wednesday, then on Monday, and Wednesday again. So we stop here, July 13th, and then we come back on August 1st, Monday, okay? So here now in July, we only have 4 classes. All right, people. So welcome to our class. This is our page on Google Classroom. And today we're doing Unit 6.3, beginning from page 68. Do you have any questions about our homework from last week? Let's check it out. Here we are. So last week was the last week of June. So we had classes on June 27th and June 29th. And we did Unit 6.1 and 6.2. This unit is about images. So we saw on Monday quantifiers, and we also saw something about space food. We had a very interesting class about what astronauts usually eat. Then on Wednesday, we did pages 66 and 67, express yourself. We saw recognizing prefixes and some more quantifiers. Here we have the extra files to give you support. And here we have the worksheets. So do you have any questions about the worksheets or the class itself? No? Okay. So let's move on to our lesson for today. So if you have your book, please open your books to page 68. Let's take a look there. Here we are. All right. So page 68 starts from an activity that is connected to the previous page. So if we check it out, we'll see that on the previous page, we talked about selfies, right? Taking pictures of yourself. And we talked about these quantifiers. Too much, too many. To say that the quantity is more than we want or need. So here we have an example. Does that mean people spend too much time thinking about their image. We use a few with countable nouns and a little with uncountable nouns to describe a small number or amount of something. So here we have an example. Do you take a few selfies a week or a few a day? We use enough to say, excuse me. We use enough to say all that is necessary. We use not enough to make a negative sentence. So Rubens put enough detail in his self-portraits for people to understand his life. And finally, we use a lot of or lots of with countable or uncountable nouns to describe a large number or amount. Example, lots of people act in a similar way today. All right, and then after that, we have this activity here. Hi, Manu. Good afternoon. Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Hello.
That's okay. No problem, Rebecca. Don't worry. Good to see you. So, Manu, this is page 68, unit 6. Okay? So let me show you the page number here. All right? Page 68. And we are talking about our self-image. So in this lesson, we are discussing photography, selfies, how we see ourselves, things like these. And to practice the quantifiers we learned last week, we're going to do the first activity here, which is number 8, where it says, complete each sentence using the words and phrases in the box. So here we have too much, too many, a little, a few, a lot, and enough. So let's see the first one together. There isn't light to take a good photo in this room. Let's go outside. So what is the best word here? Great. If you said enough, you are correct. There isn't enough light to take a good photo. So when I say there isn't enough, I'm saying that I need more light. Okay? Good. Now, let's take a look at the second one. There are photos in this email. I can't send it. So the email is heavy. Great. If you said too many, you are correct. So there are too many photos in this email. I can't send it. Next one. Although you said you aren't good at taking photos, of these are really impressive. So here we can say a lot of these are really impressive. Yeah, we can say that most of your photos are really good. So a lot of these are really impressive. Okay, let's see if we can do number 4. I can't print all of these photos. It'll cost here we can say a lot again, a lot of money, right? It's okay to say a lot of money. Something that is very expensive costs a lot of money, okay? Here we should put a lot of, and I don't think it's right because look, it's missing the preposition of, so it doesn't really make sense. Here it's okay. A lot of these are really impressive, but a lot money, no, something is missing. So let's say too much instead of a lot, okay? When I say too much, the idea is in excess, okay? So it'll cost too much money. So number 5, I don't think posting of photos on social media is necessary. Here we have the preposition again. So here we can say a lot, no problem, okay? A lot of photos on social media is necessary. I don't think, okay? Let's see number 6. Sorry. Before you take a photo, you need to make sure you include everything you want. Here, time is uncountable, so you need to take a little time. Great. So here we are repeating one answer. So in this one here, we can change. We can put, instead of a lot, we can say a few, because photos are countable. So I can say a few of these are really impressive. Okay, that's all right. Okay. It makes more sense. It fits better. So let's check the answers. Everything correct. Okay. All right. So now we are going to see something about taking photos, right? Are you good at taking photos? Do you take good photos of yourself, for example? So here, find a photo you took that you don't like. For example, you can use a photo on your cell phone. Tell your partner why you don't like it. Use too much or too many. A little, a few, a lot, and enough. So let me try to share with you a picture that I took of myself today, okay? So I'm going to share this picture with you now. Okay, now let me show you the picture. Yeah, it's taking a while to open, so let's wait a little bit. I'm going to, while we're waiting for the picture to come down, because I sent to my email, so I can open here. So instead of doing this, then I will I will show you the next activity. All right. Hello, Kawani. Good afternoon. Hi, dear. Good to see you. Good afternoon, Kawani. Wow. Yay. Good afternoon. Welcome. So, Kawani, we are doing Unit 6, and this is page number 68. Okay, if you have the book. So, look at this, guys. Here we have in the vocabulary activity number 10, they say match each phrase with a picture. So here we have some images, look, okay? And we have the phrases. So landscape photo, use a flash, a view of, photo frame, out of focus, a portrait of, in focus, and use a selfie stick. That's very simple, right? So here, example number 1, what is the best phrase to describe this picture? Any idea? No? What about number 2? What do you think of number 2? That is very easy. Here it's use a selfie stick. Okay. So let's check the answers, guys, because maybe you may find it way too difficult. So let me help you out. The first one is a view of, okay, like a view of the bridge, a view of the mountain, okay? Number 2, use a selfie stick. Number 3, it's a landscape photo. Number 4, use a flash. Number 5, it's a photo frame. Number 6, it's a portrait of. Okay, portrait is the same as retrato in Portuguese. Number 7, in focus. And number 8, out of focus. Okay. All right, we use these phrases in the universe of photography. I don't know if you like photography, but if you do, this is really nice because there are lots of phrases that we use and we are checking them now. in this lesson. So here in number 11, they want us to complete the text using the words from exercise number 10. They are photography tips, okay? So before you start doing, I suggest you read the paragraph in silence, ignoring the gaps, okay? And then the second time you read, you try to complete with the missing parts, okay? So take a look. I will give you 3 minutes to do this activity, okay? So let me time you. Okay, 3 minutes. Try to see if you can do this activity using the phrases from activity 10. Here you go. Okay, people, time's up. So let's check the answers. Yes. So the first one, first decide what you are taking the photo of. Is it a view of the city or a portrait of a friend? If you are taking a photo of a person, get close to them. For a landscape, stand further away. Cities look great if you take the photo from somewhere high, like a hill or a tall building. Make sure the image is in focus. before you take the photo. If it's too dark, use a flash. If you're taking a picture of yourself, use a selfie stick to get the best result. All right. So here they gave nice tips actually, but I think it's better to watch a video where a guy tries to teach you how to take good selfies. Okay, let me see if my picture is here. Yes, my picture is here. So let me try to show you the photo. I took 2 pictures of myself. Okay, so let me try to put that on the screen for you. When I took this picture, I tried to use the techniques that this guy gives. So okay, now let me share the screen here. Okay, there you go. So this was the first picture, okay? It's a simple selfie, but I tried to use the techniques that this guy from the video will give you, okay? So I don't think there is enough light here. Maybe we need more light. There are some posters on the wall, right? So, but the great idea about the selfie here is that you should put your head a little bit up so you look better, okay? So that's why I like this one. Let me show you the other one I took. Yes, this one I bended the cell phone a little bit more, so it's a little yeah, it's different, but it's okay too. I think it's nice. The picture is so. I'm not very good at selfies. I don't really know how to take good selfies, but I think this was nice to practice. Okay. So what do you think of the picture? Do you like it? All right. So now I will show you this video where the guy gives us some interesting tips on how to take a good selfie. Maybe you may enjoy. You will try to take better pictures. So let me stop presenting here and share a link here. Okay. So this guy is actually a photographer. His name is David Su. He is not American. He is Asian, maybe Korean. not so sure, but his English is so-so. Let's try to see if you understand what he says, okay?
OOTD, outfit of the day. Some would even argue that your day didn't even happen without an outfit of the day photo. And it's true. How would the world know about your fabulous presence without a fire oots photo? Nobody's gonna know. They're gonna know. No, absolutely not. Nobody's gonna know. And you know what? It's incredibly selfish of you to keep all that beauty to yourself. But David, I don't have a friend or a photographer to follow me around and photograph me. Well, worry not, because today I'll be going over 3 different methods of taking fire oots photos all by yourself. The 3 different methods I'll be going over today would be a simple self-timer, second, a video, and then taking a screenshot of your favorite frame, and lastly, an interval selfie timer. Quick note before we get into all of this, I want to let you know that I'll be using a phone tripod this whole entire time. It really does make your life so much easier. I'll link the one that I use. It's nothing special. It's just a $20 phone tripod from Amazon, but if you want that one, I'll link it below. For the time being, if you don't have one or if you don't want to purchase one, you can get creative with your surroundings and lean your phone against different things. Many times I lean it against a wall or tree or a coffee cup that I have at the moment. Get creative and let's get into this. Speaking of being creative, if you enjoy learning about photography, posing, loving yourself more, embracing more of who you are, click that like button, subscribe, and comment. I know we haven't gone through a video, but I swear, I promise, this is gonna be a good video. So you might as well leave something now. Back to the video. So for the first method, we're going to be using the self-timer function that is in our camera app. I use an iPhone. I'm pretty sure there's one on Android as well. This is going to be the simplest method and something that we're most used to. I'm pretty sure you've had many times where you're out with your family and you want to take a group photo, whatever it is, just plop your phone somewhere, 3-second, 10-second timer, and then pose, and then you go check the phone and like someone says they don't like it, so you gotta do it again. So as you can see in this clip here, you can see me going back and forth, and that is one of the downfalls of this method. You're gonna have to keep going back and forth, and soon enough you're gonna start getting exhausted, maybe even frustrated a little bit of having to do that back and forth again. Something that's really important to me as a photographer, photographing my clients and models, but also photographing myself, is flow. It's really just feeling confident, right? When you feel good, look good, and confident, you want to stay in that zone and energy. But when I have to keep going to press the timer, I'm breaking that every time. I want to just stay in that zone, kill it, and then review the photos afterwards. You know, maybe I might see a really cute pose that I did, and I want to adjust it a little bit, but then now I have to go click it, and then come back to it and try to get back into that same adjustment that I was trying to make. However, this method could be really good if you're trying to make just 1 or 2 quick photos with your friends or just by yourself. This might be the best option for that. Oh, David! Now for all these methods, I'm gonna have my assistant sample these methods as well. So you can see my assistant Lucero doing an awesome job sampling these and taking some cute photos for herself because she got this cute outfit on. She got some new docs as well. Lucero definitely has a lot less experience and time being in front of the camera. So I think this really shows too how these methods might apply to someone who's more shy, who hasn't been in front of the camera too much, but still want to get a really cute outfit photos for themselves. Going to the second method, this is a very interesting one. I feel like it's been brought to light by a lot of fashion YouTubers, Instagrammers, and now on TikTok as well.
My strategy for shooting my own photos is actually to not use the self-timer function on my camera and to instead just click record and take a video.
And then afterwards, you can scrub through the photo frame by frame and then take a screenshot of the frame that you like. Now, the best way to do this is to film on the highest quality possible on your phone. For me and my iPhone 12 Pro Max is the 4K and then at 60 frames per second. That's gonna give very clear images by frame as much as possible. And when I do stop at that one frame that I really like, screen capture is gonna be as high quality as possible. Now, as you see me on screen using this method, this is my first time trying this out. I really tried to take advantage of the fact that it's a video and that I can use movement so that later on I can really pick and choose which frame that I want. This is a great method and I definitely think it's better than the first one, especially if you're trying to capture multiple photos at the same time. You don't want to keep going back. However, This does kind of go against my photography teachings and nature of being a photographer. Now, as a photographer, I was taught to have intention behind each of the photo that I take, and intention also is something that I talk about a lot on this channel. I honestly feel like everything in life is a lot more powerful and deeper when we put intention behind it. Even when you're deciding to try out some of these methods to go outside and take good photos, to have the intention to go out and learn and create something cool versus just saying, oh, let me just go half-ass and kind of do, like, try some of these methods. And then also posing with intention, not just kind of flopping your arms around, but you know, you might not be a master at posing at the moment, but trying to remember what you've learned from me or from somewhere else, maybe from another inspo photo, and being intentional about trying different things. You want to be more intentional about why you're capturing that versus, oh, let me see just what I can get. There's a term we use in the photography industry called shoot and pray. Shoot and pray is when the photographer just holds down on the shutter button and then it goes, and then afterwards, you look at all your photos and say, oh, let's hope and pray that I got one good shot from that. The term shooting and praying definitely doesn't have a positive connotation in the industry. If anything, it's quite negative. And mentors and coaches and whoever you're learning from will typically try to break that habit from you early on. It is a habit that a lot of beginner photographers get into because you feel like you don't want to miss anything, especially now that we're not shooting with film cameras. We have almost infinite. We can shoot 10,000 pictures on one camera. So in our mind, we're like, oh, why not? Why not just hold down and shoot and pray? By chance, I have to get something, right? That's a habit we try to break as soon as possible to really just have intention behind each photo that we take. And as a photographer and someone who's teaching everyone how to pose and have intention, I definitely would recommend the next method. Last but not least, the last method is the interval selfie timer. Like I said, this is my personal method of taking photos of myself. For this, we're going to be using an app called Photo Timer Plus. I don't know if they have one for Android, but I'm sure that they're going to have many alternatives as well. Basically, what this app does is it's going to take a photo every 3 seconds for however many photos you want it to. You can also adjust the time in between each photos. So it can be 3 seconds, 5 seconds, 10 seconds. I personally stick to 3 seconds. Maybe if you're just starting out using this method for the first time, I might change that to 5 or 10 seconds. You might feel like you're in a rush if you're using this for the first time. You might feel a little panicked, like, oh my gosh, what do I do? But I'm here to tell you that it is a-okay. No one is there to judge you. Yes, there's a timer going on, but I want you to just get into the habit of moving your body. This is going to help you move with intention between each photo. When it comes to posing and varying up your poses, we don't need to do some crazy different things to change up the pose. Many times all we need to do is just shift our body weight just a little bit. We might just change the angle a little bit and that already changes the pose. So when we are doing the method, I want you to intentionally move just one thing as you go through the timer. If you look at professional models in photo shoots, they're not gonna be just moving around like this. They click to the beat. If you watch something like America's Top Model, I'm sure you see the photographer just click, 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 and the model just go boop, 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 boop. That's what I want you to get into the habit of practicing, and that's really going to help you learn about your body, learn about posing rather than just, oh, yeah, I'm sure I'll get something. This definitely is the more challenging way to go. You're going to be challenging yourself with this method more so than the second one, and maybe you don't want to challenge. Maybe you don't want to challenge yourself and grow in this way. You just want a cute outfit photo. Then the second method is there for you. But if you're trying to grow as a photographer, if this is something you're interested in, if you want to learn how to pose, you want to learn more about just how to be a director of your photo shoot that you're doing, because this really is a little photo shoot that you're doing for yourself. You're being the director, you're being the stylist, you're being the photographer, you're being the cheerleader. This is the method that I recommend for you, especially if you're trying to do all that, which is going to be really exciting. And I tell you, by the end, when you're looking at the photos, yes, you might have more photos where you're like, ooh, I didn't capture that the right way. But you're gonna get those photos where you know for sure, ooh, I intended my face to look that way. I intended to have that expression. I intended my fingers to be relaxed this way. And you're gonna be feeling really good for yourself because you had intention and purpose behind that photo, and you say, I photographed that, versus you just kind of flowing through whatever and saying, ah, I just screenshotted it. Hope you lovely people enjoyed this video. If you did, please do share with someone else who you think will learn from this, and comment and share and like, because that's going to help with the algorithm. And I'm working hard. I'm working really hard on YouTube, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I put a lot more production and thought and idea and planning to this, and I'm really excited for it. If you want to see other videos that I've done about posing and photography, here they are. And I'll see you next Thursday. Stay beautiful and fabulous.
Nice.
Okay, great tips, right? Because he's a photographer, so he knows a lot about photography. Anyway, I will post this video if I haven't done so yet. I will post this video for you on Google Classroom, so you can watch this video again and get some ideas, right, for your next photo shoot. So back to our page here. What are your 3 best selfie tips? So what do you think a person should do? I think the best ideas, right, maybe, to take good selfies. What do you think? After watching the video and now after doing the exercise here.
You decide the point of view. You
Sorry?
will take pictures. We
Can
need
you
to
say
decide.
again? Can you say again, please?
We need to decide the point of view. We will take a picture.
Great, very good. You should decide the angle and what you want to include in your picture. Very good, Kawani. That's a great tip. Very nice. I like the selfie stick. I think with a selfie stick, you can take better pictures because you get more distant, right? Our arms are too short, so it's difficult sometimes to get a nice photo. But if you have a selfie stick, you can go a little more distant from the camera, and then you get better shots. Okay, photography, photography, photography. Let's see our next page here. This is page number 69. This page will show us some very interesting buildings. Pictures, of course, that were taken from places that we can, barely believe they exist because they are so different. Look at this construction, for example. It looks like, I don't know, a spaceship, something alien, right? And look at this building. It's really different. What about this building here in the shape of a fish? What a crazy place, right? So this one is beautiful. Yes, it's a guitar, or not a guitar, but a cello. Yeah, it's a cello, and it's so beautiful, right? So let's see what they are talking about. Describe these buildings, and what does each one look like? So let's see. The first picture here, what does it look like?
It's like a robot.
Yes, very good. Ah, very good, Rebecca. Great idea. Yeah. Take photos. Yeah, take photos of yourself. It's nice to practice. Very good. So this building looks like a robot. You have the eyes, the mouth, and here the body, right? So it looks really like a robot. What about the second picture here, the second building? What does it look like?
It's look like a sculpture will plays with physics, maybe a cube.
Yeah, it looks like an atom, doesn't it? Like an atom and all the connections, right? So it's very scientific. Okay. What about this one here? What does it look like?
Like a fish,
Yeah, great. And the last one, what does it look like?
a violin, and a piano.
Probably, yeah. Very good.
I would like to live in there.
So beautiful, aren't
Yeah.
they? Wow. Now, what do you think each one is called and which one is the funniest? So they have names, right? And we are going to see that. We are going to see the name of the building, where they are, which country, and when they were built. Okay? So let's listen. I will play the audio for you so we can find out.
A.
The robot building in Bangkok, Thailand, was built in 1986. Thai architect Sumet Jumsai designed the building to look like a friendly robot.
B.
The Atomium opened in 1958 as part of the World Fair in Brussels, Belgium. It shows an iron crystal enlarged 165 billion times.
C.
The four-story fish building near Hyderabad, India, opened in April 2012.
D.
This building in Huainan City, China, is in the unusual shape of a piano and violin. It opened in 2007 and is called the Piano House.
All right. Very good. So let's see the answers here. The first one, we have the robot building. Where is it? In Thailand. And when was it built? In 1986. Okay. Now, picture B, the Atomium, and it's in Belgium. It was built in 1958. Yay, quite a long time ago. Now, picture C, the fish building. Where is it? In India. And it was built in 2012. Picture D, the piano house in China. Yeah, it was built in 2007. So, very interesting. Now, let's take a look at some other buildings that are very peculiar because of their shapes, the architecture. So I have some of these pictures here on our page on Google Classroom. Yeah, there is a site here, and I posted the site for you to see. So it's from ThoughtCo, and funny architecture and weird buildings around the world. So here we'll see some crazy things. Look at this building. Can you see that? This is very crazy. So this one here, it's a swordfish stuck in the Art Deco facade. of building in South Beach, Miami. So this is in Florida. Okay. So the name of this site and the name of this part is this odd house. Here they say, who says architecture has to be serious? Weird buildings are found around the world. What's wacky? In addition to this upside down house in Orlando and the Longaberger basket building, we found loop-sided buildings, buildings shaped like spaceships and mushrooms, an immense treehouse, and a house with aluminium siding you won't soon forget. Join us for a juggle, beginning with a layover in Poland. So look at this, guys. Yes, can you believe this? It's called Intel Hotel in Amsterdam, Zandam. Okay, so this is in Holland. Look at the shape of this building.
It looks like kids' drawings.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah, seems like children built it. Yeah, so this building really exists and it's a hotel. Okay. Next one. Look at this, guys. Wonderworks Museum in Orlando, Florida. Check this out.
My God, I want to visit this museum. I
Yeah,
need to visit.
yeah, it's so crazy, isn't it? Because it seems like something has been destroyed or it's not quite right. So maybe an earthquake happened. So that's why the building is like collapsing. But no, in reality, it was meant to be this way. It's a museum. Okay. Here they say, look, no, this isn't a disaster site. The Upside Down Wonderworks building is a fun loving museum on International Drive in Orlando, Florida. So when you go to Orlando, please make sure you visit the Wonderworks Museum. Okay. Next one. Check out this building. The Longaberger Basket Building. Check this out. Yeah, it is a building. There are lots of offices here because this building belongs to a company that produces baskets. So they created their office in the shape of a basket. So this is very American. It looks like a picnic basket. Okay. So here, the Longaberger Company, an Ohio-based manufacturer of handcrafted baskets, wanted to build a corporate headquarters that reflected one of its most popular products. The architectural result, it may look like a wooden basket, but it's really a 7-story steel building. The design is right on target, but this picnic basket building is 160 times larger than Longaberger's trademark medium market basket. So it's really cool. I like this idea here. The only problem is that it's in Ohio. So if you want to see this building, you have to go to Ohio. Next one. Look, the amazing Smith Mansion in Wyoming. Look at this. How weird.
This is a hotel?
No, it's not. No, this is just a place for people to visit, I guess, but not a hotel. It's weird. Look,
It's hard
let's
to get
say,
in.
yeah, it's so hard, isn't it? Let's say here is the Smith Mansion located in Wapiti Valley, Wyoming. It cannot be missed as it sits off the Buffalo Bill Cody Scenic Byway near the east gate of Yellowstone National Park. Obsessed engineer and builder Francis Lee Smith began construction in 1973 and never stopped improvising until he fell off the roof to his death in 1992. He spent nearly 2 decades building his family a house without blueprints, but with a passion that directed his ideas. So actually, it was meant to be a house for his family, but unfortunately, he had an accident when he fell off one of the roofs and he died. So, yeah, that's really interesting.
He fell up one of the rooms.
Yeah, he fell off one of the roofs here. Yeah.
So
And
he
then,
died in the house.
yeah, yes,
Oh,
exactly.
that's crazy.
Yeah, really crazy. So it's really peculiar. Yeah, very nice. So now, as I said before, the Smith Mansion is a tourist destination and a museum of the passionate builder. So it has become a museum, okay? But it's not a hotel. Let's see the next one. Look, air travel in the space age. What place is this? Look at that. So this one here is more popular, I guess, more known, more famous because it sits right next to the international airport in Los Angeles. So in 1992, Los Angeles named it a city, cultural, and historical monument, or is it just a silly building built at the dawn of the space age? No, right? So they built it next to the airport. Okay, so it's called the theme building at the Los Angeles International Airport, LAX, in California. Okay, so it is the Martian spaceship that just landed, and the aliens chose Los Angeles. Lucky LA. So in June 2010, it was renovated at a cost of $12.3 million, which included a seismic retrofit. So it's nice because it's earthquake protected. So it's intelligent. So it's interesting. Look, on the inside, the theme building has been a restaurant off and on, but even expensive airport burgers don't seem to be able to pay the bills for this wacky architecture. So it is really different. Yeah. So if you go to the airport in Los Angeles, you can see that building there. The next one, Lucy the elephant in New Jersey. Oh my God, look at that. Yeah, I would say that is in India, but no. So the 6-story wooden and tin elephant on the Jersey Shore has her own website. Yeah, the National Historic Landmark near Atlantic City, New Jersey. was designed and constructed by James V. Laferte way back in 1881. Whoa, in the 19th century. It's been used as an office and commercial space, but its initial intent was to catch the eye of passersby, of course. Okay, guys, so that's nice. Imagine now it's an office. Imagine inside. How interesting. Now we have some more here. Free Spirit House in British Columbia, Canada. Okay, so this is nice. It looks like a tree house. Children love it. So here, Free Spirit houses in British Columbia, Canada are wooden spheres that hang from trees, cliffs, or other surfaces. So there's more than one, okay? So a Free Spirit house is a tree house for grown-ups, invented and manufactured by Tom Chatterley. Each house is a handcrafted wooden sphere that is suspended from a web of rope. Ooh. The house seems to hang from trees like a nut or a piece of fruit. To enter a Free Spirit house, you must climb a spiral stairway or cross a suspension bridge. The sphere sways gently in the breeze and rocks when persons inside move. Wow, sounds really interesting and scary at the same time. Very nice. You can also purchase your own Free Spirit house if you want and if you have money, right? Look at this one here. Pod House in New York State. It looks like something straight out of Lord of the Rings. Yeah, but it's just a pod house. Okay, so look at that. Architect James H. Johnson was inspired by the work of architect Bruce Goff, as well as the shape of local wildflower, Queen Anne's lace, when he designed this unusual home in Powder Mills Park near Rochester, New York. The mushroom house is actually a complex of several pods with connecting walkways perched atop thin stems. The pods are amusing yet eerie examples of organic architecture. So that's really interesting. I would like to see that. Oh, check this out. The Minister's Tree House. It's huge. Wow. Look at that, people. This is something really scary. It's spooky. Looks like something haunted, like haunted house. Yeah. So this one here is from Tennessee. Like Francis Lee Smith in Wyoming, Horace Burgess of Tennessee had an architectural vision that could not be stopped. Burgess wanted to build the largest tree house in the world, and apparently, with the Lord's help, he got it done. So this is quite interesting. The next one, a weird house in the Alps. Oh my God, look at this. Looks more like an igloo. That's funny. Next one, beer can. Oh, this is so funny and bizarre because it's a beer can house in Houston, Texas. It's all made of beer can. Yeah, look at this house. Incredible. Yeah, check this out. John Milkovich, a retired employee of Southern Pacific Railroad, spent 18 years of his life ornamenting his home with real aluminum siding in the form of about 39,000 beer cans. Oh my God, did he get drunk? Amazing. So many different buildings around the world. There is also the Corky House. They haven't shown it here, but it should be there. Super famous. Yeah, I guess here, if you check your page on Google Classroom, there is another site showing crazy buildings, right? So it's interesting to see them. So this is our page number 89, I guess, or 69. Oh, 69. Okay, we are done for today. So what did we learn today, people? What did we see today? So let's go back a little bit. So today we reviewed some quantifiers, okay? Then we did page 68, practicing the quantifiers, okay? And we saw some phrases related to photography, like landscape photo, use a flash, a view of, photo frame, out of focus, a portrait of, in focus, and use a selfie stick. And then we saw a text giving some photography tips. After that, we saw a video by this guy from, I don't know, maybe Korea or China, but he's a photographer. So he gave some interesting tips on how to get or snap that perfect selfie. Okay. We saw, according to the images, the names of each picture or image. And we started unit 6.3. That looks just like a fish, which is about crazy buildings around the world. All right, people. So next week, we will continue talking about some bizarre stuff, some crazy things. So let's go back to our page on Google Classroom. Here, guys, I posted a link for each topic we talked about today, right? How to take a good selfie. I posted the video from the guy we saw here, how to take a perfect selfie. 6 funny buildings, and here the same, functional but weird, from Thought Co. And next class, we will see the importance of double object verbs. Okay, so this is quite interesting. If you want, you can start by watching the video there, so you can get prepared for our next topic. All right, people. So the homework for next week, not next class, but next week, is unit 6.2. And if God permits, if you finish 6.3, you should also do unit 6.3 online. Okay, guys. So thank you very much for coming. Let me take a final picture. Great. Thank you, Kawani, Manu, Rebecca. And I hope to see you again on Wednesday. All right. Remember, July is short. We have a break. So we have only 4 classes in July. So try to be present. Okay, girls. So see you on Wednesday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, teacher.
Bye-bye, dear. Take care.